weekly update. What's today? December 7th? Yeah, I think today's December 7th. Um, I mentioned this to a buddy of mine last night at work, and that's that time is going by so fast for me. Um, and not only that, I've had this weird feeling that I just cannot explain. Uh, like the way I feel, like living, the way I feel alive, if that makes any sense. It's different. It's different, and I don't know why, and I can't really put my finger on it. And it's kind of something that I've been thinking about. I want to say maybe like the last month and a half. No, probably longer. Probably since around my birthday. That'll put it about 2 months. Um, the only way I can explain it, the only way I can think about it, honestly, is I feel like I'm changing. I feel like, yeah, I'm changing. Like I'm growing. And not in a physical sense. Um, I kind of want to say maybe a mental sense, maybe a spiritual sense. Although spiritually, I don't feel as close to God as I knew I once was. Part of that is because my faith community is different now since I moved to Houston. Um, Part of that is because uh, I'm going to a different church, different volunteer organization, different way of approaching my faith, if you will. Um, as a result of going to a different church and different ministries that I'm involved in now. And so that's different, but like how I actually feel personally about my faith, in some ways it's not as convicted, right? It's not as, like, I guess you could say, idealistic as it once was. Um, there's more, I would say, tempered pessimism and skepticism towards my faith. Uh, but is that the reason why I feel this change that I'm going through? And when I think about it, it's like, no, that doesn't feel like it either. It probably is a factor, but it's not the reason or the thing that I'm going through. But yeah, I've had that thought over and over and over again. I'm just like, there's something different in me now. There's something different about me now, and I don't know what it is. Maybe it's my age. Maybe it's just that I'm getting older. Um, Maybe it's that I just don't have patience for things the way I used to. Although I do still feel quite patient with a lot of things. But I mean, this last week, honestly, has been a great week, I would say, regarding my mental acuity and my mental decision making, honestly. And it's something big, it's something major. I didn't decide to, like, change the world or something like that. No. Um all I've done, honestly, is just be disciplined about when I go to bed and what I do and when I do it. Um there's an anime I really enjoy. It's called My Hero Academia. I love this anime. I've watched it so many times. And so the seventh season wrapped up, I want to say maybe 3 months ago. And I binged the whole thing in like 3 days. It would have been one day, but that was Sunday. And Sunday was a day off for me. So I relax. I'll watch anime. I'll watch YouTube videos. I just take the whole day off. And I watched My Hero from like 7 o'clock till about, I want to say 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. Um, just nonstop. I love this anime. But it was getting late, obviously, at 2 o'clock. And I kind of thought to myself, I was like, I could keep watching, but there's still about 3 hours worth of episodes left that I need to get through before I could finish the season. And if I do that, I'm not going to sleep till 5 in the morning. And I was like, dude, I don't need to do that. I don't need to do that. I don't need to watch the whole anime in one day, right? I didn't even need to watch it till 2. You know, I could have watched it till 1. And so I stopped watching the anime and I just went to sleep. And then over the course of the next 2 days, uh, I would want to watch the show, right? Because I'm also off on Monday and Tuesday, but I do comedy stuff those days generally. And I actually got my stuff done, you know? I didn't, when I had lunch Monday morning, I watched an episode while I was eating, and then another one while I was cleaning up and everything. And I wanted to keep watching, but I was like, no, I got other things I need to do, you know? So go to a coffee shop, sit down, read, write, read the Bible, study, write jokes, etc., etc. And, and that's what I did. And then that night, I wanted to watch anime. I wanted to watch My Hero some more, but I had mics that I had to go to, so I went to those mics. And by the time I got out of those mics, it was like 1:30 at night. And then I had to drive somewhere, park, get set up, and get ready for bed. And by that time, it's like 2:10, and I'm like, dude, I want to watch My Hero, but I can't. I really can't. I don't. Because one of the things with living in a van is that when the sun is up, you're up. And if there's traffic or anything around you, you're getting up because you can't get back to sleep, even if you have earplugs on. And if I don't get to sleep on time, then I have a really bad day in front of me because then I'm tired and I can't get as much done. And so, for the sake of watching some anime, I'm gonna put myself back a day, you know. And it's just like, no, I don't need to do that. So then I didn't. I just went to sleep. And then Tuesday, Tuesday, what was Tuesday? Tuesday was Swagger, and then Secret Group, yeah. And then Tuesday was more or less the same thing. Um, Watched an episode or two uh, while I was eating lunch. Went, did work, hit mics, got out of the mics late, couldn't stay up, went to sleep. Wednesday, Wednesday I worked, so I didn't have a whole lot of time in the morning, so I didn't watch any anime. Um, Worked, got out of work, went to a mic, did the mic, got out the mic, and then Wednesday night, that's when I actually finished My Hero Academia. Because then Thursday was my day off. And I was like, all right, now I'll sit here and watch this last 3 hours of anime. And I watched anime Wednesday night from, I want to say like 11:30. No, it was later, 12:30. Wednesday was a late night with work. I didn't get out of work till about 12, 12:30. No, 12:30. It was 12:30. And so I didn't do a mic that night just because I got out so late. And so just went to my sister's spot, parked, went into her place, sat down with my laptop, and finished off the last 3 hours, or 2.5, I think, of My Hero, and then had off on Thursday, right? And so all of that, all of those, I know it's just watching anime, and I know it's just deciding to go to sleep on time. Um, but there's something about that I think is really central to where I am mentally right now, which is that knowing what my priorities are, and understanding that other things that I want to do not supersede those priorities. So I love My Hero, and I really want to watch it, and when the 8th season comes out, I'm definitely going to watch it, but I'm not going to throw a day away to watch it either. I'm going to watch it when I have the time to watch it, because I got other things that I'm doing in my life, and I've been really consistent about that. I wasn't consistent about it when I first moved into Vanessa. I was really bad, honestly, sometimes about going to sleep on time. Um, but it's kind of, I feel like it's getting to a point now where it's actually kind of becoming habitual, where like it's like, oh no, I just go to sleep on time. Like I don't even, it's not something I think about. It's not something that I wrestle with, or I have to convince myself of. It's like, no, it's time to go to bed, you know? And how much of that is a factor of age, and the circumstances I'm in with Vanessa, and the environmental factors of when the sun is up, I'm up, and when it starts, when it's late and I need to be asleep because I got work the next day, whether it's for comedy or for my actual day job. It's like, no, I need to be asleep. I need to get rest because I got other responsibilities that I must maintain, and as a result, those pressures mean I must go to sleep on time. And I like it. That's the other thing. I like it. I like being responsible. I like being disciplined. I like having things to do that I actually want to do, and then doing them. And I like the feeling that even though the financial success and the notoriety, if you will, aren't there, because to some degree you want those to be a successful comedian, like it is a business. Um, I like the process, right? Like I intuitively enjoy feeling that I'm not wasting my life. I'm very present and aware of my every moment, and how much of that is because I've built out Vanessa, that I don't have to think about how I feel about living in Vanessa now. That probably factors in there too, because before I had the bed and the refrigerator and the sink and everything, um, it was there was head bumping for sure between me and just the reality of living in Vanessa. But with everything I've done in her now, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think about living in her now anymore. It's just like, yeah, I don't think about it. It's just like, this is my bed, my food's right there, I brush my teeth right there, my clothes is underneath me. Like, it's like this thing that I don't have to think about anymore. And now, because I don't have to think about it, it's like that mental bandwidth that was going towards this is now being allocated towards other things, like maybe being responsible. I don't know. These are the weird little things that I guess I don't really pay attention to. Maybe other people pay attention to them, but I'd like to think most people have those things in their life that take their mind to other places that they'd rather it not be taken, because it's a distraction, for better or for worse. And if they could somehow get rid of that thing, they know their life would be better, because they would be able to focus on other stuff. And maybe this is just my iteration of that, you know? It's probably what it is, right? For some people, it's work. For some people, it's a drug addiction. For some people, it's a lack of romance in their life. You know, everyone has that thing that they wish they could have, or they wish they didn't need, or that they wish wasn't in their life, right? Something like that. But yeah, that's been my last week in a nutshell. Some other stuff was in there too, but that's kind of the thing that came up. But we're at 17 minutes right now, so this went a little longer. But oh well. Thank you very much. Like and subscribe, I guess. I don't know. Peace. Well, no, MK Marquez Brownlee. He does the peace thing. I don't want to do that. I don't know. Have a good day. God bless.